Illinois Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis.
And we are live. Welcome to Carolina Rebels backup channel. Uh, I might have to look. All right, let me see. All right, I got that. I wanted to put that right there. Okay. I ain't got no shame in putting cash apps up. Triple T, you know what? I respect your service to this country, but I do not respect you at all, and you can fuck off kindly, sir, and get the fuck off out of my chat. This is an army stream. This is mine. I'm gonna run it. Go look at Filthy Animal number 5. Yeah, okay, sure. Why not? All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, it's a video and it's a dirty allegation. So by that, that's why I'm having to watch it. Rebel, I want you to understand. But just because whatever I'm about to watch or see here, it don't mean I support it at all. But if there's something questionable on it, I may have to, talk to Rebel. You know, but y'all make sure Triple C stays blocked. Yeah, I really like that you use my face on there. You're such a bitch, Filthy. You realize that? You are such a fucking bitch. Always putting my face on shit. Like, you ain't got the balls to put your own damn face on that. Or just use a blank face like any other normal person. No, you gotta use my face. And you wonder why I fucking don't like you. Oh, but it's more than just that. the using of the children, all that shit. Yeah, blah blah blah. You know. Oh yeah, okay. He puts including parodies and jokes on there. I don't think that covers doxing. All right. So just because they put that over there does not mean that that still couldn't be shot down with a you know. And they'll probably say the same things about me and my disclaimer and thing. No, that's not the case. There's a difference between an actual stream that's been planned or to be entertaining or whatnot versus a stream. Now you guys are gonna have to hold on. Here I come. You guys are gonna have to hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's watch this.
Moo, motherfucker, moo! Moo, motherfucker!
What do you?
I ain't gonna sit here and cry because you damn painted the
Rebel, don't be mad. I'm watching this stupid video because I'm gonna either try to debunk it, or if I have questions, I'll have questions for you privately. Whatever else, I ain't on here to bash you, dude. Triple T told me to check something out, and I saw this shit, and I don't like it. And if I find it to be bullshit, I'm gonna report it and tell them why. Right here, live on air.
moo! Moo, motherfucker!
What do you?
I ain't gonna sit here and cry because you damn painted the General Lee pink and the fucking bandit with a rainbow flag across that side. Do you hear what the outlaw Dr. Rebel is saying? Huh? Can you hear me?
This shit is free, y'all.
Can you hear me?
It's no cover charge.
You heard me? Bitch, I'm talking to you. You heard me? Shit. out the niggas now. Don't break out the niggas now. I'll tell you what. Oh, don't you hell no break out the niggas. I'll show you a nigga. Break out the niggas now. I'll tell you what.
You don't care anything about Black Lives Matter, and that flag you're displaying there is bullshit, considering you're calling me and Rebel out for being homo. So everything you're using there is that's a mine that's to implant like you're standing up for what's right.
Hell no, break out the niggas. I'll show you a nigga. Break out the niggas now. I'll tell you what. Oh, don't you hell no, break out the niggas. I'll show you a nigga. Break out the niggas now.
Well, it looks like he said the NIGGA version of the word.
Tell you what. Oh, don't you hell no, break out the niggas. I'll show you a nigga. Shit, motherfucker. You paint the General Lee pink with a rainbow flag? No, be.
All right. Well, yep, we'll report this because I'm sure he has a reason for why he said what he said. Do I agree with it? I don't know yet. I ain't heard his reason. This promotes hatred or violence, misleading, lacks context, and is used for the targeting and slander as well as defamation of character. Alright, there, I reported it. Alright, so there we go. And we all saw it. It was out in the open. Alright. Now, do I think he's racist automatically because he said that? No. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Y'all gonna have to hold on again one more second. I gotta bring some things inside. Brownie! 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 Okay. Brownie! There you are. Come on. Good boy. I knew you were close. Had been gone too long, had you? Say no. Say I hadn't been gone that long. Brownie, they're trying to divide me up from a friend. I guess they think because I met Gene. See, what they want is they want me to just up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, Rebel's like that. And drop him, and they can say, see, he did this only because he's Gene Team now. And so I'm not falling for that. Nor would I have done that even if they, Now, if I had just played something and I heard some legit, like, hate, like him talking hateful about people just because of a different, then, I may have something different to say right now. But I don't have anything else different to say. Y'all gonna have to excuse me a second. Y'all might not hear me. If you look far enough, not too far, you're on YouTube. If you guys can still hear me, I hope you can. Sometimes they can't hear me when I'm this far away, even though I'm still in the house. there's videos on YouTube that show me at a younger age getting caught up in what some might call a trend or something that was catchy, that everybody was saying and using whenever they joked on people, whether they were joking on you for real or even just as friends. I mean, you could usually tell the difference by tone, how somebody meant it. And so since that video was old and on here, I said that then, that's on here. And last year when I was first on YouTube, I was reacting to Johnny Goble, and from what was it? Brownie, where you at? Oh, you want to stay? No, you can stay in there if you want to. You don't have to come back here. But yeah, from some YouTube videos and memes and different things I saw over the years, there was another, and I wouldn't say this was more of a trend or catchy because I guess not everybody did it, but a few people or specific characters had said it on memes and stuff that you'd see. And so I said it, and it used the A version, and that was the second time. And those are the only times that I've, you know, by my lack of discretion and I guess you call it fucked upness, recklessness, I messed up and I didn't realize the potential impact, and especially how big of a platform I was on or anything when those things came out. But and do I think, as a person, I don't think anybody should ever use either version of the word, whether it's hateful or not hateful. I don't. There's debates on that. Um, you know, if somebody's teaching history, the best way to teach it could be argued that they go over everything and they talk about it and they learn the words and language of that time. Other people say shouldn't be. Whatever your stance on it is, it doesn't matter. The point is, I don't believe in racism uh, or a superiority attitude. That is something that these people in Workyverse believe in, like Filthy Animal, thinking he's superior. So superior he can dox and talk foul about an underage child and he'll be protected no matter what. He's the first person on this planet, and I'm not just joking around by saying this. He is literally the first person on this planet that I've ever seen say some stuff about like that, get outed as doing something close to that, and getting a fucking free pass. First human being in my 20 or 30 years of existence. And I have seen a bunch of human beings get busted for stuff like that. And a slap on the wrist, some people might say some of them got because they got like light sentences, whatever, but a damn free go, like he gets to keep walking around the board. No. Just for saying that, that ought to be able to get the attention of feds on him. He needs to be indicted along with his computer and all their lieutenants and their computers, and it needs to be looked at all what they've been doing. And I guarantee they would have enough to file different charges. They could threaten to have the same done to me. I don't have anything to worry about. So you could take my computer, my OneDrive, my hard drives, everything. There's nothing incriminating that's ever going to be on there. But what about you? We already know one of you is the designated phone caller, or a couple of you are. But what's not talked about, it's also known, is one of you is the designated phone IT person. This person is responsible for masking people's calls, rerouting the caller information to something different entirely, all while it's being done on like a number like TextNow that's already got a system that does that automatically. So they're running it twice to try to, really, because any of these phones that use this TextNow app, it's not ironclad, but it does leave something that can be tied to it. Um, the problem is, though, and it's not ruining anything by saying this, but if they destroy the phone, or they somehow delete that account, or get the app separated and the account deleted long enough, like, then all the calls they so-called made would, you know but that's what they're doing. They're even smart enough that when they send stuff in the mail, they don't do it personally, ever. I've had 2 requests come back for I've had 2 requests come back that showed basically about the packages I received, and yeah, um, everything was done in a way so the only people that were ever caught on any surveillance were workers and whatnot. So yeah, they're very smart. These people are very, very smart. They do not. They know how not to get caught. And I think some of the criminal activity we've uncovered so far just speaks volumes on that. That's going to give them a natural ability of not wanting to get caught. So they've made sure to overthink everything. Like right now, I have somebody harassing me over a ad that they made on me. Um, and they've done this to Rebel too. It is sickening. Rebel don't hate anybody except for these people that try to misrepresent his image, mine, and everybody else's, and does all this fuck shit. Those are probably about the only people he hates. How much he's made off me. It's on his community page. Well, okay, really. I mean, you guys see, that's another example of what I'm talking about. They don't think that anything can happen. $10,000. Yeah. And he, hold on. This was the same guy that told Johnny Goble YouTube wasn't the job. Like, and you want me to leave YouTube? No. If anything, I'm going to be developing my own account and be doing it, and it's going to be quiet, very quiet starting off. And only when it starts to get fortified will I let it take off. And then, yeah, you guys may eventually run into it or whatever. But that's fine, because the whole time I'll be helping Rebel, Gene, all them. We'll still be, you'll still see me. I'll still be fighting you. Cannot believe this fool. Yeah, here, let me just document how much I'm making off the character assassination and defamation of this kid. You know, it'll look real good if he ever does get the money to sue me, you know. But hey, Workyverse strong. He ain't ever gonna do shit. Fuck that faggot. Huh. Yeah, you keep thinking that, bitch. You keep thinking that. I promise you. I promise. You know, I bet you edited that. How much you want to bet you edited that somewhat? Don't say you ain't, because you're that type to do it. You've done it before. What happened to the 7,500 spent on a lawyer to quote unquote sue me? Was that a misprint? Damn, with that money right there, you've got enough to help Kayla pay for her divorce, move all her shit in with you, move her grimy ass in, and go live happily fucking ever after. I guess she hit the jackpot. Once again because of me, indirectly. Because that's what she's been looking for. Been looking for the perfect guy with just enough of my qualities, but not so much the same as some. So she could control enough, but at the same time feels, you know, secure and all that. You know, like it's exactly what she's been doing. I guarantee you she hasn't been to school. And all this time, seriously, in a decade from now, since Kayla, what have you done? Have you went to school any? No. I'm sure you've worked. How many jobs have you kept for 2+ years? Probably very few. You got a job now? Well, if you do, good job. Kayla's always been jealous of my family blessing because I was born with it and she wasn't. Just like I've always been jealous of her structure blessing. See, Kayla was born with the structure the 4 in her name, which gives her her path. And basically, now this doesn't mean people can't choose not to be this way, but when she wakes up and strolls and goes throughout her day, everything she needs or uh, to be organized and presented and have everything, you know, it's all there. She doesn't really have to worry about it or work hard for that. Um, what she doesn't have the family blessing. Her family's relationship has always been because she owes a debt in that area. And I'm sure I'm not the first, I'm not the first person she stayed with instead of family. And, she never did, you know, can't believe it. My grandfather was so nice to you. He cared about you. My grandmother did too. They knew I was happy with you. But they did say they felt off at the very base of everything. And they weren't wrong. They said that from the beginning. And, I took it not to mean nothing. From going to Nashville, popping X, having sex, and then, having somebody peep in and look in at you, and fucking everything else, uh, have a so-called friend bring somebody that you used to rival with from school, almost like he's trying to get you jumped or some shit. I was in a lot of crazy ass situations. But Rebel man, no man, they told me to look at this thing. I looked at it. It looks like you was illustrating somehow the word something something, A. And you said it a couple times, I know. Do you have anything you want to say about it or explain it? I really wish you hadn't have said it.
Oh, not really, man. I identify as that. All my life, people's called me that. I mean, is it not a proper pronoun for you? You don't know me.
I mean, like, no, I wouldn't call you that. Like, I would,
I've been called that. I've actually been called that and a lover. So I'm confused. I mean, if I
like,
wasn't, why would I?
do you under,
I am whatever you say I am.
no,
If I
man,
wasn't,
I mean,
why
don't you
would I
under,
say I
no,
am?
dude, hold on. Don't you know, like, we're Europeans, man, and, you know,
They be
with the,
bringing that out in you, bud. I think that's exactly what I said. Like,
hold
don't
on, hold on,
don't
man. We're,
bring, you know,
we're Europeans, and
out of
that history, man, like, we can't be saying stuff like that, man. Like, it's just
we
disrespect.
can't be getting docs innocent kids, children. You said some other two more innocent children got docs today,
Bro, I mean, are you
brother.
serious?
A lot of
No,
seriously,
listen,
children.
I know that, and we're dealing with that, but this is what we're dealing with right now, man. Like, can you not understand? I'm, can you
I can
not,
understand.
can you not
Bird,
understand
bird,
how that's
you-
offensive and how you should, I mean, in good faith, like, you know, make
in good faith. You see what they do to the rainbow flag in good faith? Bird got gay jokes, but she don't like fat jokes.
I'm not talking about the worky birds. I'm talking about all Africans. Do you not, in good faith, think that you should at least apologize for that instance of using that word, no matter what context? I know you wasn't using it in a hateful context. It's clear.
Right. So what's there to talk about on that? Let's.
No, no, no. Just because you wasn't using it in a hateful context doesn't mean you can say it.
Right. So they call me that.
Damn, rebel. Like, you're really going, like, man, you're gonna have to make me fucking. And I really have appreciated, you've been a friend to me, man. But
Oh, I ain't done nothing to you, man. I've had your back when no one had your back, and then I don't,
yeah, man. But I can't. But like, come on, man. Like, can you not meet me on this, like, and understand it was wrong? Like, I mean, I know you're not too big enough to think that you don't ever do anything wrong, man.
right. What's wrong? Being called that. These people trigger you to say that. I mean, what did I say? Said don't break out. It did be. Y'all don't want it to come out.
What's that got, man? Look, I'm gonna do this.
What, mute the mic?
No, you don't have to do that.
I mean, I haven't done anything to you.
Hear me?
It's no cover charge.
You heard me? Bitch, I'm talking to you. You heard me? Shit. Oh, don't break out the niggas now. I'll tell you what. Oh, don't you hell no break out the niggas. I'll show you a nigga.
Why are you leaving?
Break out the niggas now. I'll tell you
You
what.
playing that guy's shit. Look, you putting over the blasphemy of that guy, man. You sure you don't? I mean,
Listen,
I'm
listen,
confused about
listen.
that. With
Hey, that's you, man.
Hell no,
Man,
break
why is he
out the
leaving?
niggas. I'll show you a nigga.
Break out the niggas now. I'll tell you what. Oh, don't you hell no break out the niggas. I'll show you a nigga.
Shit,
yeah,
motherfucker.
I'll show you, man. That's what I mean. Look what they did. How triggered they are.
Oh, really? Alright, you know what? I, Drea, I can't do it. He just left up out of here. He ain't even got the balls to stand on here. Yes, it was, Drea. You know what? Rebel, you have insulted all of the people that I've held near and dear as friends my Muslim friends, my Somalian friends, girls I've dated, people I know that have died. Personally, I think you're not racist, but you let your mouth overload your ass drinking, and you got, and I think you've got something completely wrong in your thinking, the way you put together what you said. But that's not. I'm sorry. I'm not a doctor, and man, I can't. I mean, I can't in good faith be friends with you, man. Or, I mean, at the very least, work with you, especially on YouTube, and you do stuff like that. Like, I can't have it. Like, I don't do stuff like that. I would rather fall asleep for 10 hours straight before I said that. And I've done it before. And I've taken extreme accountability for it because I know what that is. I've never done anything as close to what you just did. Oh, he used the hard R. I'm having to take a stand. Um, I technically did give this channel to Rebel, so it's his, but I didn't give him this StreamYard. So I'll be deleting my account from his channel. I'll make sure that I keep my StreamYard. I'll give him this channel, and just like I said, I keep my word. But I just wish he could have just been a man and came up here and took responsibility. That's all he had to do. I mean, look, we know that most people have said it. Rebel's not going to join the Workyverse. I don't care if we stop talk. Like, it's not that I want to. If Rebel, you need to understand. If I don't, forget about the metaphysical and karma things that I could be causing for myself, ancestors, and the people I care about. But just think about the negative regular stigma of what's going to come if I just walk around and pretend like that didn't happen. Like every day as a man, if you're a good person, you want to become a better man than you were the day before. And that's not becoming a better man. Now, if I wasn't trying to become a better man and I was acting like I was like last year, I'd probably be right here with you and say, fuck it. You know, they use whatever. You can use it. It's just a word. But it's not just a word, man. And people saying all this shit that words don't hurt. Words create our very world, our physical and mental reality. Every night, the subconscious mind is working on overdrive to bring the words, thoughts, and pictures we've conceptualized into the waking physical world. So, yes, other people's words, your words, self talk, all that matters. No, this isn't my channel. That's another thing. Cabby, or whoever that is, like, you don't understand. Rebel's been here with me, yes, and I've appreciated that. I've shown that appreciation. But if he can't take ownership for a obvious mistake, I mean, I'm not going to change my mind. It is what it is. It's not because, I mean, this is something I see from the comments, but this isn't what I was thinking initially. Forget about the fact that other people see just as the same way I'm describing things. And how would it look if I were to choose to ignore it to them? Like, am I supposed to abandon any renewed connections or friendships with anybody or teams and just abandon them just because somebody wants to have, I mean, the freedom to say whatever? If I go with that, then I'd be no different than, I could never criticize Filthy for saying what he said about Jews and everything else. You either, that's what I try to tell people. See, people think there's such thing as unconditional love, and there's not. All loves are based on conditions. If you say that you love someone unconditionally, that means you love them unconditionally no matter how they treat you, talk to you, do you wrong, etc. If, uh, you know, I mean, to have something that's unconditional would mean that there'd be no, you know, it's free to do whatever. And while that may sound freeing or independent, uh, there's ultimately a problem when it comes to that, because it has nothing to do, so it's going to make something to do. There's no relationship on the planet between plants, animals, none of them are based but on conditions and conditions alone. Here's a mind trick. If any of you have a child and their first vowel is an I, um, and you might have found this out already, but instead of asking them directly to do something, if you mention, like, God, I wish I had time, I really need to clean that bathroom. Oh, I'll try to get to it later. Where they can hear you say it. And if you leave and come back, they'll go and clean that bathroom because they love you. And that's because the energy of the 9 is a loving humanitarian spirit. There's little nuances like that. And those are some of the things I want to share on these upcoming videos and stuff I want to do. And I don't know if Rebel's that interested in that stuff. I learned I learned that stuff from an African mentor of mine. So, like, that's why I say I am the furthest thing from that. But, and I really honestly don't feel like Rebel is that way, even though he said what he said. And that may be an unpopular opinion with everybody or some people. but that's how I feel about it. But regardless, he ran out of here. I did not kick him. He jumped off panel while I was playing the video, not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 different times. It was kind of childish. And he left. And I've stayed up here hoping maybe he will come back up. He hasn't. Because, I mean, if he doesn't come back up by the time the stream's over, I hate to say it, but I mean, I probably am not going to be friends with Rebel anymore. Why is that? Because of the way he's handling himself right now? Because of the way he handled himself in that video? And because of his lack of understanding or give a fuck? That is why. Andrea, please don't be mad at me, Andrea. Like, Andrea, you know I like Rebel. I like Mo. I think they're good people. And I don't like this. But if I refused to watch that video, that would be the next thing TT and Filthy and all them would be going at Gene and all of us saying that the fact I'm refusing it and they're letting me be friends with him beyond it, you know. So, I'm fucked. But I can stay on this panel as long as humanly possible and beg that he comes back on. I may try to call him. I'm not going to call him just yet, but I want him, I can't tell him what to do. If he doesn't know what the right thing is to do and can do it, then yeah, it's going to be over with. And I hate it because this is somebody that I met that I care about. And has been there for me. I don't know where people ever thought they had the idea that I'm an unempathetic piece of shit that can just double cross and leave people like that, but they're wrong. I did what I did in the past because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to trust. But regardless of why I did it, I was still wrong for doing it. I'm sorry to the people it affected. I'm sorry. Oh, Rebel, please come back up here. All you gotta do is recognize that you messed up. Like, man, you got to know that it is not it's not a law. I'm not telling you that you don't have freedom of speech or anything like that. Just because you have freedom of speech, though, if somebody said, hey, that bitch is a hoe and that was your grandmother, you'd probably slap the ever living fuck out of them. Just because you have freedom of speech don't mean you're free from any consequences. But it's not a law or anything like that. It's just a simple gesture from our people to theirs to not use a word that was used to degrade and and used over and over for hundreds of years while they whipped and beat and raped and pillaged and robbed and worked and killed everything under the sun imaginable that is horrible that you could imagine. They did it. And they did it under the guise of religion. It was the only time they allowed three or more of them to congregate together was church meeting on Sunday and prayer meeting on Wednesday. That's what my mentor told me. He said, he was telling the story. He said when the English leaders got asked by the American colonists, they were telling them that they were having trouble with the slaves, and they asked them what they should do. And the English leaders told them, well, just give them religion. How do you think we control y'all? I mean, and that's exactly what they did. They gave them religion, and those were the only times they were able to organize, and it kept them thinking about a better day will await them when they die. And and it kept them off of thinking living the life that's being stolen from them right here now in front of their face. So yeah, and during all that time, there were people tortured and beaten cruelly while being caught. Like it's just as bad as calling somebody a kid, D word that when they're not. It's bad, man. Like you don't need to illustrate anything with the word or anything. Like, and you can't take it back. I get it. Like, I don't think anyone's expecting you to be able to take it back. But man, like, nobody wants to fucking not be cool with you. But if you can't seriously come back up on this panel, that you got the ability to come on here without a link. If you can't come back on this panel and just apologize for what you'd said that was out of bounds and explain why it was out of bounds and mean it. Like, if you can't do those simple things, man, like, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to stop being friends with you. No, I don't want to do that, but I have to. I have to stand for this. Like, it's on my heart that I stand for it. Let me call him. I'm not only loyal to myself. How am I being loyal to myself by staying up here? If I was loyal to myself, I would have just got off here as soon as he jumped up from the jump. Here I am sitting here trying to like plead to him, you know, like yeah. I did not cut Rebel out of my corner or anything at all. I said I'm afraid I might. Ain't no one angry. I knew you guys were gonna play this. Well, he's not answering. So I'll leave him a message.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this
Mailbox is full. Well, Rebel, I'll leave the message right here. Rebel. You have been a friend to me, and I want to remain a friend to you. And I don't care if you call me, and I can be a friend to you in private. But if you want to be a friend on here still, man, you've got to be able to own up to your mistakes like I have and take the accountability for them. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And some people aren't going to like me saying that because they're saying, oh, you're still going to be friends with it. You know, like, I don't know what to do in this situation. I'm fucked one way, I'm fucked the other way. What are you talking about, KC? No, Art is not the only mentor. Get out of here. Stop what, KC? Oh, if he was me, you wouldn't talk to him again. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not Gene Team. Alright. Hold on, KC. I'm dropping the link. Rebel, I don't know what to say. I get mad. People, y'all gonna get mad because I viewed a video that I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was about Filthy, maybe. You know, Triple T just tried telling us who Filthy was supposedly really. I didn't know it was going to be about Rebel at first until I got there. But once I saw the caption, yeah, I needed to listen and hear it because, you know, be honest. If I said that tomorrow, I don't care if I was saying it scientific way, unhateful way, or not. That would be used by every one of you. I'm not going to be getting used. Yeah.
Damn, that made me jump jump through a lot of hoops to get the fuck up here this time. What I was saying is stop. Don't make it a show. It's not. It is going to be more meaningful if you mute your mic and call him, or even in this live and call him.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I don't think he's gonna talk to me anyways, but I'll I'll tell him that I'm gonna end it and try to call him.
Do that. Because he deserves that much respect. Do I agree?
Yeah,
yeah.
I
think he's a racist? No, I don't think he's racist.
I don't either. But, I mean...
He's got to be conscious, like, he's got to be aware that these people are watching and they're going to try and spin it any way they can.
Exactly. Alright, let me...
Like these people are saying, when you thought you had no one, he was the only one.
Exactly.
So